that is my ideal situation.
Yes.
Somewhere sunny and 75. And look, as the sun is coming up over downtown Indianapolis here this morning, the beautiful skyline of downtown Indy here. And we get another look. So still very quiet out there, but look at that with the sun right there on the right, or is that a light? I can't tell actually.
Yeah, it's the sun reflecting off of the
Okay.
building. Yeah.
Well, welcome in here at 6 o'clock on your Tuesday morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm Julia along with Lindsay, and Sam is in this week for Julia, so we're glad to have you with us.
Thank you. Good to be here and good to know that we'll see some sunshine on our Tuesday.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, actually, I was looking at another monitor that was a street light.
Okay, I was like, I know, we see everything in such small little monitors. I wasn't sure. I was like, that's pretty impressive if it is.
But so 6:17 official sunrise. I was like, wait a minute, after I said that. So we will see plenty of sunshine today, and it will be 75.
Yes.
Eventually, and then it will be 78 for a high, so even warmer than that for today. I think everyone's going to really like what we've got in store because the humidity stays low, the sun will be out, and really the only caveat today will be some of that wildfire smoke in the upper levels of the atmosphere, making it appear pretty hazy at times today. So out there this morning, we're looking pretty good and we're feeling pretty good. This is your muggy meter, so this is representing what the dew point temperature is right now. And I don't often show this map, but I think it does a really good job of telling the weather story today. And that's the fact that it's going to feel comfortable outside. Drier air is infiltrating the region. We've got a dew point temperature of 51, and really anything 60 or below, it's going to feel pretty good outside. So in addition to that, dew point staying low today, pretty comfortable to get our day started with temperatures in the 50s across the board right now. Once the sun comes up, we will see a pretty quick rise in temperatures back to the 60s, and then eventually we'll be in the 70s today as we approach 78 for a high. But again, keep in mind, we do have some of that haze that could impact your outdoor plans later today. If you do belong in one of those sensitive groups with lung issues, you might want to limit that outdoor time this afternoon. We're going to be talking about the return to the 80s starting tomorrow. That's in your full forecast. But first, it is 6:02, so I want to take you out to the traffic center this morning because just a few moments ago, if this was all on schedule, we've got a new ramp that is now open, and it's the new bridge on 146th Street. This is up in Hamilton County, by the way. 146th Street over Allisonville Road. You are now going to be able to utilize that new bridge. Now, if you're through traffic on 146th, stick with the inside lanes. Those left lanes will take you up over the new bridge, and then over at the right lanes, you'll be able to utilize that roundabout and then exit off onto Allisonville Road. So again, this is all scheduled to open here early this morning, so you should be able to utilize those new ramps and that new bridge.
Do not touch. What is wrong with you? Stop it.
Get your hands
Stop.
off of her.
Get your hands
Some fiery moments during a city-county council meeting last night here in Indy.
Now, our crews were there to capture these moments. Councilors were planning to vote on covering the final legal cost of an investigation into Mayor Hogsett's administration for harassment claims. Well, as you can see by our video, the meeting quickly turned physical when one of the women at the center of the accusations, former campaign manager for Mayor Hogsett for sexual harassment, talked during that meeting.
Matthew Foltz joins us in studio this morning. And Matthew, what do we know about what started all of this?
Well, really, Julia and Samantha, this all started after Roberts was told her comments were not related to the ordinance proposal that was really being discussed by councilors. So that ordinance is aimed at providing funds to multiple departments within the city. It includes $300,000 to pay for the investigation into those harassment allegations within the mayor's office. Now, Roberts is one of the women who says former Deputy Mayor Thomas Cook harassed her while she worked underneath him during Hogsett's campaign back in 2015. Last month, an independent investigation into those accusations determined that Cook violated city policy multiple times. It also cleared the mayor and his administration from any wrongdoing. Now, at Monday's meeting, Roberts told councilors she was silenced by the administration and councilors. Moments later, she was interrupted by Council President Bob Ostley, who questioned what that had to do with the proposal. After the 2-minute time limit buzzer rang, Ostley then ordered deputies to escort Roberts from council chambers. She read her statement to reporters after being taken out. Take a listen.
If I could tell my younger self what Joe Hogsett and his then campaign manager Thomas Cook were about to put me through, I would tell her to run away and don't look back. The abuse from Hogsett and Cook was horrific to go through.
Now, Council President Osley later defended the council's actions on having to remove Roberts from council chambers. Now, meanwhile, some Republican councilors believe that the investigation is incomplete, and now they're demanding more transparency. So you'll hear more from them and other councilors who are now backing the mayor. That's coming up at 6:30.
Wow, you just hate that it gets so much more complicated, and you know, these victims that are involved. And all right, well, we'll have a lot more to come on this. Thank you, Matthew.
Also from last night's meeting, the City County Council voted to approve the rezoning of a green space on Indy South Side.
So now that green space is one step closer to being developed into a housing complex. But many of the neighbors, this is not what they wanted to see. The space is deemed environmentally sensitive. It's surrounded by 4 subdivisions near Sherman Drive, Southport Road, and Stop 11 Road.
So Indianapolis-based developer Davis Homes wants to build houses there. Last night, neighbors spoke out during the public hearing portion of that proposal, saying this would be detrimental for the area and their community.
Once that forest is gone, it's gone. We can't bring it back. The north side, all these other places get all this, parks, everything else. South side doesn't get anything. And like I said, this 164, I was really, hoping for that because it was given some money to buy some land to maybe make a park. Because, like I said, once it's gone, it's gone. We can't bring that back.
So representatives for Davis Homes say they would protect portions of the trees and wetlands. They also say the area used to be a tree nursery and farmland and was intended to be developed in the future. Take a look at this video this morning showing punches being thrown inside a Texas roadhouse in Avon.
So this fight happened Saturday night. There was an argument that started really an all-out brawl, injuring several people.
If you want to fight, there's places and times to do it, and not in a restaurant where you're flinging things that could have been detrimental to, kids.
That was one of the ladies who was actually there in the restaurant with her family when this fight broke out. She told us exactly what happened. Amanda can also be seen in this video here protecting her kids, hiding them under the table during the fight.
Yeah, she said she put one of them under the table. She held 2 others close to her. Amanda says she and her family were just having appetizers when the fighting broke out. She says it appeared to be from 2 groups of people who were there celebrating graduations.
And I think as a parent now, I'm just going to be more cautious about not getting us sat in a place to where we're trapped, because we were trapped. Thank God there were no weapons involved.
A representative for that restaurant tells us they do plan on having additional police presence and security while this whole incident, the fight, is under investigation.
Your time is 6:08. Today, we're expecting to get new insight on Indianapolis leaders' plans to combat homelessness here in our city.
Yeah, Mayor Joe Hogsett will join members of the Mayor's Leadership Council on Homelessness and other partners as they announce the Streets to Home Indy initiative. The goal here really is to speed up the process of finding permanent housing solutions for families living on the streets.
So we do plan to have a crew at that announcement later this afternoon. We'll have more for you throughout the day here on 13 News.
All right, well, today the Indiana Fever returned to action, but they'll do it again without their superstar Caitlin Clark.
Again, right? Clark is still dealing with that left quad strain. She was back for part of practice yesterday. So was head coach Stephanie White, who missed Saturday's game against the Chicago Sky for personal reasons.
But the Fever getting their latest win under the leadership, you see here, of assistant coach Austin Kelly. He was super grateful for that opportunity as well. White does tell us the team is being cautious when it comes to getting Clark and teammate Sophie Cunningham back to active status.
Both players are dealing with injuries, so White says it's one thing to do some shooting drills at practice. It's another to get back into a game. So now the team is shifting its focus to the Atlanta Dream, a road trip down to Georgia, trying to improve their 4-4 record.
You kind of just have to be ready for small tweaks and just making sure that we're ready to guard them all over.
I'm proud of this group. I'm proud of how they come in and work every day and our continued growth throughout the course of the season. But yeah, those were important wins for us.
So tip-off between the Fever and the Atlanta Dream set for 7:30 tonight.
And we are proud to be your local TV home for the Indiana Fever. You can watch tonight's game against the Dream on our sister station, MeTV. That's digital channel 13.3. And if you do need help finding that game, you can just scan the QR code you see here at the bottom of your screen.
That will take you to WTHR.com/fever, where you can find everything you need to know to watch tonight's game. We've also got our full broadcast schedule listed there too.
Oh, and how about the Pacers? Are we still talking about them? Yeah, they return home. I am sure they are happy about this at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. This is for Game 3 of the NBA Finals.
Game 3, we are ready and the city is ready too. Check this out. We found crews installing all kinds of new street signs downtown honoring those players. And we know here in Indy, it must be a big event if you're on the side of the JW Marriott. The hotel now shouting, yes, sirs. The Pacers, of course, bring back a 1-1 series record to Indianapolis. And we know Game 2 did not go as planned, but getting even one road win against the Thunder is a good thing.